All right, folks. So something very interesting went down on Twitter, um, and it happened between Kyle Kulinski and Candace Owens. So if you guys remember, to give you a little bit of a flashback here, Kyle and Candace were basically on a path. They were on a destined path to have some sort of a debate. He wanted to either do a 1v1 with Candace Owens, or what was also supposedly supposed to happen, what was floated, was a 2v2 between Kyle Kulinski and David Pakman and Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk. That's a debate I would literally pay money to watch, right? I would literally pay money to watch that. I was really excited when that was supposed to happen, but didn't end up happening. Um, but they got into a really big back and forth. So, as you guys know, Candace Owens is a clout chaser, so she's clout chasing and trying to debate Cardi B. So she sent out a tweet saying, please retweet. I see that Cardi B is politically advocating for Bernie Sanders with claims that Trump is bad. I would like publicly offer 250K to a political campaign of her choosing if she will publicly debate her stance with either myself or any black conservative I choose. So she then responded to that by, fixing the political campaign because you can't give 250K to a political campaign. It's maxed out 2.7. You can give that to a super PAC though. But anyways, so he responded to this tweet by saying, I remember when I offered to debate you at last year's Politicon, and your team told them you, quote, weren't quite ready for that yet, LMAO. And funny enough, I was surprised that this happened, and I'm actually surprised. I don't know, maybe he is blocked, but I'm surprised he wasn't blocked. She blocks a lot of people. But she responds to this. She says, I remember hearing this bizarre lie when I didn't even go to Politico because I was in my older sister's wedding in Connecticut on the opposite side of the country. You guys trolled to create a story about a debate that was never scheduled. You are a liar. So what I find, very interesting about these tweets is the horrifying grammar because I was in my older sister's wedding. What the fuck? What kind of grammar is this? It's insane. But the other thing that I see is a lot of projection. Okay, a lot of like, you're a troll, you're a liar, you manufacture lies, and it's all grade A projection. You guys know she has a show with PragerU, and she's also formerly part of Toilet Paper USA, and that's literally what they do. They're trolls who manufacture lies for a specific ideology. So it's very clearly this grade A projection going on. This then continued also, by the way, folks. So if we go up here, and this got broken up a little bit, so bear with me here as I try to cover all the tweets because they got kind of broken up. But she responds to her own tweet saying, so drop the receipts because I have timestamp photos of my sister's wedding. Drop an email chain we were ever on that I was confirmed to debate you on my sister's wedding halfway across the country. Also, I don't have a quote team, so that's more horse. Then Kyle responds saying, it was over the phone, but here's the text convo with Politicon where I literally floated 2v1, you and Charlie versus me. Note the date. If you're ready, then why not this year? Let's set it up. So he posts a screenshot of his text convo with whoever was basically his Politicon, messenger, ambassador, middleman, whatever you want to call it. And the text chain reads, yeah, that's the golden hour that no one wants to be up against, seems. And then Kyle says, by the way, I don't object to doing a panel with Kirk and Candace Owens if you can't get a fourth. 1-on-2 I can do, and I'm happy to do that extra panel. So he posts that screenshot. Then Candace responds saying, conveniently, the part about my team saying I wasn't ready was over the phone. So funny how things that never ever happened and were pulled out of your troll network's desperate attempt to create drama happened over the phone. Goodbye. Again, a lot of this is just like a lot of allegations, and it's incredible just like how persistent and how overbearing like the accusations in every single one of her responses. Every single response has you're a troll, you're manufacturing lies, you're trying to make drama. All projection, man. Kyle doesn't try to create drama. That's not what he does, obviously. And what do you mean your troll networks? Like what are you talking about, TYT or something? I really don't know, to be honest, but that's obviously not what Kyle was doing. Very, very clearly, very, very obviously, of course. So, this goes on. Kyle says, you don't have to believe that if you don't want. I couldn't care less. but it'd be pretty ironic if you don't accept the offer now, because then it further proves the original point of you not being quite ready yet, doesn't it? LMAO. So what he's saying here is 100% right. Like, she's in a trap here, because if she grandstands like Rafe Dubin, it's like, oh no, you're not like pure enough to debate me. Then what you're doing is you're in a roundabout way proving what he said about Politicon telling him that she wasn't ready. Because if you're ready and you were, no, that's not true, my team never said that, and I don't even have a team, then why wouldn't you debate him now? I'm confused. That doesn't seem to make any sense, right? Doesn't seem to make any sense. So he actually has her trapped, because he's right. It is a situation where it's like for her a situation where it's like, okay, you have to do it, because then if you don't, you're proving his point. You're literally proving his point that you, in fact, were not ready. More accusations. He says, now you're trolling. You need to admit you manufactured a 1-year lie. I had no idea who you were 1 year ago and had never heard your name. I would never lie about how I challenged Cardi to a debate and pretend her team said something they never said. It is shameful. So again, I keep telling you, man, every single response of hers has a lot of accusations, man. You know, you're trolling, and then, you know, this part really sort of drilled into my head that she's a narcissistic, egotistic careerist like Dave Rubin. And I didn't really realize it when she had like said like Tommy Lahren is a failing career, which she kind of does now. But it's like something weird to say in a political argument. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem to make much sense. But you know, this shows when you say like that's like what Ben Shapiro said to Andrew Neil, and everyone went after him for it because it was stupid. But she's definitely a raging narcissist, you know, raging egotist, as well as someone who's just a pure sort of careerist, if you will. And Kyle then responds by saying, but I didn't lie, and you're not terribly important to me, Candace. There's not evil mustache twirling conspiracy here. So this is a no for a debate then, huh? Shame. So yeah, so he's basically like, what's up with all these like weird allegations of like, you're trolling, and your troll network is trying to bring up stuff, and you manufactured a lie over a year. It's like, it is a lot of like weird allegations and stuff, and I hate when like it's like that insane amount. But this goes on, and again, this is what I mean by like it's all broken up really weird. But this person says he didn't say it was confirmed, and she responds to a rando saying, and this is why he's a liar. He presented it like I backed out of a debate with him because he's a compulsive liar and troll. The truth is I could not attend any Politicon event because I had my sister's wedding in Connecticut that Saturday. Liars should be called out. So again, so many allegations here. Now it's a compulsive liar. Again, Candace Owens is the pathological liar, and we're going to get to that here in a second, but she's the one who's the pathological liar. This is all projection, grade A projection. Psychologist teachers should use this in their class. But then Kyle responds saying, I never said you, quote, backed out of a debate with me. I said Politicon told me your representative said, quote, you aren't quite ready for that yet, meaning a one-on-one debate. If you are, let's do it this year. So, and then she responds saying, why don't you instead man up, apologize to your fans for lying outright to them for an entire year, and then I'll consider it. Using my sister's wedding for clicks is a crap move, and I have zero tolerance policy when it comes to compulsive liars. So, this is hilarious. She's the compulsive liar. B, the person using your sister's wedding for clicks is you. You're the one who brought that up. No one had any idea about your fake sister's wedding. It's not real, by the way. Either that or she's lying, but we'll get to that in a second. But who's using your sister's wedding for clicks, idiot? Are you stupid? Of course, that's why I even asked that question. But and then I'll consider it. Apologize, follow every order of mine. Then maybe I'll maybe entertain the idea of having a debate with you. Jesus Christ. And then Kyle responds saying, ha ha ha, this is adorable. I was 100% told, quote, you, quote, aren't quite ready for that yet. You can continue to rage out because that triggers you, or you can accept the debate offer. So what he's saying is that over the phone, like in a phone conversation, they told him this. And that makes sense because remember what Sam Cedar said. Sam Cedar said that Politicon told him over the phone that Stephen Clam Chowder got cold feet. Remember that? You remember that, right? And it's obvious why they would do that. They don't want Politicon doesn't want literal like on screenshot records of like the intercommunications going on. So they're not going to send Kyle through the middleman of Politicon or whatever. They're not going to send him a text message saying that because they don't want something like that on record like that. So they're going to do it in a phone call the same way they did with Sam Cedar when it came to, Clam Chowder. So it's like, yeah, that's very obvious and it's very clear. And Kyle Kulinski's not a liar, bro. He's not a liar. He's not going to lie about that. He has no interest in lying. He has no reason to lie. You, on the other hand, are a literal pathological liar. But again, this is so weirdly broken up that it goes on. She said, everything about you is fraudulent. More projection. Oh my gosh. Psychologist teachers need to use this as an example. It says, you lied and are now saying, quote, we'll forget my 1-year lie. Now you have to debate me. Absolutely not. You should have respectfully requested to debate with me directly as I did with Cardi. Come honestly or don't come at all. And then he responds, you don't have to do anything. It's just hilarious if you don't agree to it. Given that you're angry at the idea that you aren't ready for a 1v1 debate with me, and I'm requesting for the 48th time, and you'll continue to say no and pretend I'm, quote, dishonest. Sad, and that's facts right there. I mean, that's facts, obviously. There's a massive irony in the idea that it's like, that didn't happen! My team didn't tell you that I'm not ready! And then simultaneously you're refusing a debate with someone. How ironic and stupid can you possibly be? And again, the grade A projection here, everything about you is fraudulent. Obviously, Kyle's not fraudulent in any way, shape, or form. But Candace Owens is the one who's fraudulent. We know the receipts. We've seen what she did with her, social media platform or whatever she was trying to do, where it was like basically doxing people who were like bullies or something like that. It was pretty insane. She's a crazy person, point blank. And then she responded to the tweet. Again, bear with me here. The tweet that I showed you earlier about the text chain by saying, so this proves you wanted to do a panel with me? So? Politicon also wanted me to speak main stage. I didn't do anything because I had my sister's wedding. Charlie Kirk went solo and did debate your team. You then turned this into a 1-year lie because you are a worthless troll. Again, more projection. He says, LMAO, are you even reading my responses? 1, I never said you, quote, backed out of a debate. I said whoever represents you told Politicon you, quote, aren't quite ready for that yet, meaning a one-on-one debate. 2, if that's total nonsense and you're indeed ready, let's go this year. So, and then this is the final one where she says, this is what you guys do. Manufacture absurd lies as bait. Wait for people to respond, then try to reel them in for attention for having the balls to call you out on your absurd lies. No one left or right should ever sit with you because you're a fraud. This tweet is my last to you. And then he responds saying, LMAO, keep making absurd accusations to pretend you're some sort of a victim and I'm an evil, nefarious liar. You can improve my original point better if you tried. So, of course, he's right on that. She can't prove it better if she tried because the allegation being made here is that her team basically told him that, she's not ready yet for a debate while simultaneously being, using a victim complex. There's an irony there, too, because she's like, oh, black people always use victim complexes. What are you doing right now? This is your entire life. That's literally what you do. You're a clown and a fraud. But, so here's what I responded with to this tweet that she had put out. She said, I remember hearing this bizarre lie when I didn't even go to Politico because I was in my older sister's wedding in Connecticut, great grammar, on the opposite side of the country. You guys trolled to create a story about a debate that was never scheduled. So I responded to this because I remembered this. Guys, remember, I covered the Politicon, I covered the whole Politicon stuff really, really closely, and I pretty much reported on, all of it, really, really closely. So I vividly remember all this stuff. And so I remember her challenging Chris Evans, okay, the dude who plays Captain America, okay, that guy, insanely popular celebrity, to a debate at Politicon because he rightfully called Kanye West stupid. Because she's a clout chaser. I'm trying to tell you folks this. And you guys seem to understand. But I said, did you know your sister was having a wedding on the exact days of Politicon before or after you tried to clout chase and challenge Chris Evans to debate you there? And then, I responded to that by saying, here's the tweet. Did your sister decide to have a wedding less than a month before Politicon? Seems unlikely. Looks like you're lying out of your ass per usual, and a clout chaser. And the tweet that I quoted is this tweet from literally like 3 weeks prior to Politicon, where she says, "By the way, Chris Evans, since you seem to suggest that black people who don't agree with you are, quote, stupid, I openly challenge you to a debate. Politicon's in a couple of weeks. Why don't you put your sentiments on full display and debate a black conservative?" So, of course, making an allegation against Chris is hilarious. But did your sister plan a wedding less than 3 weeks before Politicon? Folks, this was sent out on October 1st, 2018. Politicon was on like the 20th and 21st or something like that. That's a couple weeks, dog. That's like 3 weeks. Your sister planned to have a wedding shorter than 3 weeks? Now, it's not impossible, but I have to say it's very, very unlikely, because I'm pretty sure people don't plan weddings that way. I'm pretty sure people plan their weddings at least 3 or more weeks ahead of time. She even says in this freaking tweet, just Politicon's in a couple of weeks. Says it right there. So she's lying, dude. She's lying. The truth is, Chris Evans wouldn't do a debate. She decided she wasn't ready as a tactical decision because she was going to get demolished by Kyle Kulinski or David Packard or whoever the hell she would debate. And she is now proving Kyle's point by not doing the debate. And that's what she doesn't seem to understand. She's proving the man's own point, but she doesn't get it because she's a moron. She doesn't understand somehow that she is proving Kyle Kulinski's point by not doing the debate, which is hilarious to me. So she's a clown, she's a coward, she's a loser, an idiot, a fraud, a troll, etc., etc., whatever you want to call her. Clout chaser, don't forget that one, actually. Almost forgot that one. But listen, man, listen. I mean, she wanted to do a debate with Captain America. She didn't want to do a debate with Kyle Kulinski. And also, I want to add this, too, before I end this off. Her and David Pakman were supposed to have a debate. This was long post Politicon, folks. This was like supposed to be some like debate setup, and it ended up falling through. So listen, man, she's a clown, she's a coward, she's a liar, an idiot. But with all that said, let me know your thoughts on this down below. How do you feel about it? Was she lying, etc., etc.? Very curious to hear your thoughts down below. Excited to see them.